Hello everyone, this is Justin here at Zon Commerce. Wanted to chat with you all today about some more keyword research stuff. I think, product research, keyword research, all the work that you do at the very beginning phase of this process of becoming an Amazon seller is without a doubt the most important phase of this entire process. And if you're not giving yourself that leg up on the competition to find all those nuggets of not just information, but keywords that can really catapult you beyond what your competitors may be doing, is so valuable. So, I actually started using this one tool called Keyword Inspector for my keyword research needs. I use Google Keyword Planner. I use Merchant Words. I use a few other tools as well. But out of all of them, this one has been really, really powerful. I use the Google Keyword Planner as sort of my base. And then when I really want to dig deep into some opportunities, I go into Keyword Inspector to find some really good stuff. And, for the past month that I've used this thing, man, it is incredibly powerful. So I figured I'd go through the process and show everyone just a few of the really neat things with this particular product. It's very straightforward. I mean, all you have to do personally is type in the ASIN and will perform the search for you. And you can use or make your own judgment call, or they will help you make a judgment call on what keywords are popular and which ones you should really focus on. So I decided, I'm just going to just use a random ASIN, a market that I know personally is probably pretty saturated. And so I decided, let's look at the wine aerator market. And the wine aerator market is ridiculously saturated. I mean, there are a ton of sellers selling wine aerators. So it's not the best market to get into, but for the sake of this exercise, let's look at these guys. They're a bestseller in wine decanters, the Ventorio Wine Aerator Pourer. Scroll down here, and what you would do is you'll come down to the ASIN, you'll copy the ASIN, you'll go back into Keyword Inspector, you'll type it in, and then you'll hit go. Or you start your reverse ASIN search. Now, there are a number of ways to do this search. The first way is through what's called an extensive reverse search, where it will use 3 credits. I like using this one. I just go ahead and use this one more than any of the other ones, primarily because it finds for you the least converting keywords versus the highest converting keywords, meaning what's the likelihood that if you were to use that particular keyword, how many sales you can get based on the number of people that visited your listing. That's very valuable information because you don't want to just go after keywords that are low converting. Even though it may provide for you a lot of impressions, you want to go after the ones that are also highest converting. So I use that data. It also pulls in data from Google Keyword Planner and tells you the total search volume. And I've told you all before in the past that data can be extrapolated out onto Amazon. If you see a high search volume on Amazon or on Google, you can probably notate that as high search volume on Amazon as well. So that's the first way you can do the search. You also have just a simple reverse keyword search. It will give you the position in which that keyword or that particular ASIN is ranked. You also get that data in the extensive as well. And there are a couple other ones in here. You can use this new simple 2 credits per ASIN, reverse ASIN keyword search. Only keyword position ranks are given. I don't use that one. I mean, again, it's the same data that you would get in the extensive. I just get all the data at once, so it's done with, and I'm not second guessing and saying to myself, I should have gone back and, done the search that way. No, I just get it all up front so I can make a better decision because, again, this is the most important phase of this process, the product discovery, the product research, and the keyword phase. If you're doing a good job there, you're giving yourselves the base and more opportunities to sell across many really powerful keywords. So let's say here for the Ventorio, we type in the ASIN, we start the search, and I actually already did this search, so we'll just plug right into here, and it pulls up all this data, right? So you have the search, which tells you what type of search this was. It was an extensive one. It gives you the ASIN. It also gives you the CSV file of all that data. So you can go into that data and slice and dice it any way you want and see which keywords are highest performing, which ones have a high conversion rate. You can find all that data that way. And then this gives you the link to the actual search itself. So we'll come down here specifically to the wine stopper pour. We'll click on it and it will pull it up. It's a little slow right now. Should pull it up in a second. So let's click on that again. In the meantime, while that's pulling up, with the CSV file, and one other thing that's worth mentioning is when you do go directly into this interface, it's important that you still download the CSV file because this data is only good for a month. So the point in which you bought your credits and you went in here and said, you know what, this is a popular ASIN, let me do some keyword discovery. You want to download that CSV file because that data will not be live within a month of you performing the reverse ASIN search. So just a point of emphasis on that front. So I've pulled in all my data, and this is where it gets really fun. So this gives you all the different columns, of course. You have the best keyword rank, and this is just part of their internal algorithm. What they believe, in their opinion, should rank the highest based on conversions and based off of search volume. So they're telling me that wine stopper pour is a ridiculously powerful keyword, and you should absolutely, if you're going to sell that type of product, you should absolutely target that particular keyword. So I would jot that one down. I would also, this is the new column that I mentioned where they give you the actual search volume in Google. So let's take this one, for example, wine stopper pour. Even though it's an amazingly good keyword, yes, I would still, copy it and use it for my pay-per-click advertising and possibly even a super URL purposes. But I would also look at the Google monthly search volume, and I'd say to myself, this keyword only gets 40 searches a month. So you really have to balance, find a nice balance between the total number of searches versus the total number of searches versus the conversion. If you know that you can get a really good conversion, but you have a low search volume, that still might be a very popular keyword worth going after. But if you find that there's a keyword that has sort of medium conversion and there's really low impressions or low search volume, I may not focus on that keyword as much. With this one, because it's part of the keyword discovery phase, this is a keyword or a product that people would still want, like a wine stopper pour, wine aerator. I would still go after that keyword for that matter. And so you have that information. This also breaks down individual extensive words that you want to really consider, like wine. Down here you have stopper, so you can put down here liquor, stopper, decanter, bottles, something else worth looking at. And then what's also cool is this common misspellings one. And so I'll come in here and let's say we go down the wine aerator, which is probably the most searched keyword for that particular item, which is in fact a wine aerator. So I'll come here and I'll say wine aerator. It has this particular ASIN has a rank of 4. And the word, the actual rank from keyword inspector is 6. So I'll say wine aerator. It's getting 12,000 searches a month, which is a ton of searches. So you can see that's a very popular keyword that you absolutely must consider. But here's the other thing. If you come in here, it also gives you the other misspellings for that keyword. So I'll come in here and I'll say, all right, I'll add in wine aerator because that's how some people spell it. I'll put wind aerator because that's how some people spell it. And then I'll just put it in as one word. Factoring all those things can really make a difference as you're going after new keywords that can really help exploit some opportunities to sell on Amazon. And then here in the individual words extensive list, you have bottles. So maybe some people will notate it as bottle aerator, or bottles aerator, or aerator bottles, or things of that nature. Like, you never really know unless you test and go through the trial and tribulations of performing a lot of this keyword research. And as you kind of go further down, you can see that there's so many other keywords you can look at. Double funnel, I probably wouldn't include that, but wine aerator pourer, absolutely. Wine air aerator, absolutely. Decatur and air aerator, absolutely. Wine accessories, of course, without question. This is definitely a wine accessory that any wine enthusiast would want to have in their wine toolkit. I would go down this entire list, continue going until I've really exhausted it. And you can see here that, I mean, they're pumping out close to over 1,000 keywords with this shirt search. That's a lot of keywords. That's a lot of information. So you may not go through the whole thing, but this gives you a sense of, wow, I didn't think of that as an actual keyword or keyword variation for this product. You jot that down, and again, all the additional keywords that you get that your competitors may not be thinking about is great for your super URLs, and it's also great for Amazon PPC because those are keywords that may not cost you as much because they might be long tail, but they still get some search volume, and they also might be keywords that your competition is just not thinking about. So this tool is really inexpensive. It's not like you're going to be spending $100 a month on this tool. I mean, if anything, you'll spend anywhere from 10 to $40 max. That's if you have one or two products, or even 3 or 4. I mean, I sell on a global basis, and we have well over 8 products, and I only spend like 20, 30, $40, and that's it on this tool. It's very, very powerful. I thought I'd just walk you all through just, another tool, something else that you can add to your toolkit for keyword research purposes. I highly recommend it. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has been beneficial. For all those folks that want to sell on Amazon, I know you can do it. I know you're going to be successful. Shoot me an email if you have any questions. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks so much.